Anyway, um, let's continue. Let me just talk a little bit about um, Alla Pugacheva, which is one of the most like famous singers, pop queen in a sense. In Russia, back in USSR, she was absolutely like one of the most famous singers, probably the most famous singers. And she like she's slightly weird. She has a husband who's like, I don't know, like probably 20, 30 fucking years younger than her, whatever, Maxim Galkin. And so he was speaking against the regime for quite some time, even though like they've both kind of worked on like national TVs and whatnot, but I didn't notice when he started to be against the war and against the regime, but he did speak out quite vocally. And so he was put basically on the um, foreign agent list on 16th of September. And then a day or two later, basically, Alla Pugacheva said um, that I'm asking for to like my oh my god, I'm asking Ministry of Justice in Ministry of Justice. Oh my god, even saying this is insane in Russian. To basically include me in the list of foreign agents as well, because I am in total solidarity with my husband, who is honest, basically person, like true patriot, a true like unbribed patriot of Russia, who wishes Russia prosperity, peaceful life, freedom of speech, and stopping the war of our people for um, some imaginary goals which make our country an absolute pariah and burden in the life of our people. Um, Not particularly great sort of statement, in my opinion, because it's kind of a yeah. It's like half of it is about basically her family, herself and husband, but then it's like about wishes Russia all the best, blah blah blah, instead of focusing on the fact that Russian armies has committed numerous like war crimes, and just the fact that Russia and Putin started this war is already war crime in and of itself, so on and so forth, right? So probably she knows what she kind of what her audience is, as like 60 plus, whatever, uh, females most likely, like no, okay, not even 60 plus, but like 45 plus females, which a lot of them actually are brainwashed to the fucking nth degree, um, and actually support all of this garbage and eat all the shit that propaganda feeds them. I don't understand how it happens. Why, like, from my even experience as well, like, it's slightly more often that some like older female, older women who would support this war, or the government in general. I would hope that now with this mobilization decree or law, it will change, because now it's actually about it will be about their children, and if they care about their children, they will have to make a fucking uh, finally will have to make basically um, will have to make a choice. Do I love and care more about my own family, my own son, for example, right? Or do I care more about some illusory government and some fucking ideas that they fucking spread? Hard one, actually. I don't know if it's gonna if it's gonna actually if it's gonna go into the direction that I would want. But she did speak out, and 100,000 likes, which is obviously quite a lot, especially if we consider that Instagram is blocked in Russia right now, and this is giving her 3.5 million followers. So it's 25% of her followers actually went and liked it, and actually 114,000 people commented on it, which is absolutely enormous. Like, none of her posts have done anything close to that amount of comments. Like, if it's like 10, 20, 50K, it's like a lot. And to get 114,000 comments, that's insane. So she has definitely more power in terms of her image than Putin, 100%. Amongst the population, even those who support the war. So hopefully, what she's done is like enough to actually change the opinion of some people. And I've checked her posts. She's been consistently sort of against this regime, and again, she was talking about where's Nikita Mikhalkov, who was kind of good, I'm assuming, director, and now he's turned into garbage propagandist, brain dead, fucking disgusting cunt. And she was actually, I don't know, like the image for some reason on Instagram got either corrupted or it's my setup, I don't know, but she was talking about the death of Gorbachev and said that she didn't cry like that for so long. The whole era has been gone at this point. The era in which we've gained freedom, stopped being an empire of evil for the whole world, and the fear for the future of our own children basically has been eliminated. Gorbachev rejected violence as a method to hold, as a method of politics, and how to hold his own power, because he actually, he peacefully basically resigned, instead of doing what Putin is doing right now, start war and whatnot. Everyone is not without a sin, and then politicians as well. The main thing for the main thing is that for those mistakes to not become like deadly for the whole humanity. And yeah, she's basically saying that nobility is gone, and like humanity basically is gone somewhere as well. The ability to get some compromises and so on and so forth. Which is, yeah, it's interesting that she's also acknowledged that, because a lot of people in post-USSR countries, that they think that Gorbachev somehow collapsed, solo collapsed the whole Union, the Soviet Union, which is absolutely nonsense, and people fucking never read even a fucking Wikipedia article, apparently don't understand it, when 25% of your GDP is fucking is spent on absolutely garbage, unneeded weapons and military garbage. Like, your fucking country will collapse at some point, because that's just not normal. This is this is like, yeah, it's like your people cannot buy a fucking car, or you don't have like a dishwasher, or like a microwave, or some basic appliances that people in United States have been enjoying 20 years prior, and instead you have like tanks and BTRs, like fucking Kalashnikovs and whatnot. Like, who the fuck cares about all of that? And eventually it will collapse, and it did. And Gorbachev, yeah, is a hero, and yet, like I'm saying, in post-Soviet countries, is not the case, unfortunately. So it's been very nice to see her actually speaking out about this as well. Yeah, I didn't follow her life really, but it's nice to see that people who were brought up in USSR, who got like famous in USSR, she's still like, she's got brain, in her skull, which is amazing to see. So yeah, we'll see how her post will actually affect all of public perception, basically, of whatever Putin is doing right now and will do in the future. I think she holds a lot of power, and she did actually return back to she and Galkin actually went to Israel, and I don't know. I don't think he returned, but I think she returned now into Russia. So yeah, and right now, I don't know who, but somebody asked basically to check her post, um, if she discredits Russian army or not. And that's another thing about Russia, is that it's a fucking scum country. Um, so apparently this like statement, not statement, it's заявление, it's like the application to check somebody, right? So there's like, there should be a better word. I'm so bad at English at times. I'm sorry. Um, it's like a clause, but clause. Yeah, I don't know. Like statement. It's not. What's it's there? There should be some like legal term when you're filing a claim on somebody or something. Yeah, let's take a claim, a word claim. Um, Basically, some unknown citizen of Moscow region wrote this statement to ask basically government to check if what Pugacheva has said has written had written is actually discredits Russian army or not. So it's not even like the Kremlin, Putin, all of those kinds of propagandists, they were silent about it. They were silent as fucking, I don't know, um, what's the word? Silent as a mouse, something like that. And yet some cunt from Moscow region, so it's like adjacent to one of the wealthiest places in Russia, basically asked the government to check if she discredits Russian army or not. It's just, yeah, there are a lot of fucking shitty people in Russia. A lot of fucking atrocious people. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you bring government, this fucking totalitarian government, into this? It's disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Anyway,